Where I'm feeling heat from. What's going on? What's going on? Live again with another one, man. How's everyone doing out there? Everyone's blessed today. Praying for everyone out there. No matter what you're going through, you're gonna get through it. It's a big shift, change coming, and it's up to us to prepare. So, with all this change and shift and systems changing, will America lose its power? Now, don't get me wrong and think that America, how can I put this, like, is dwindling or bad, right? To me, just technology is catching up with these outdated old systems, so that's why it looks bad. But it's still, racism, still a lot of problems like hunger. Basically, it's a system where it creates slavery, right? That's any system where this system is you're gonna have two sides of the story. You're gonna have a rich side, you're gonna have a, like, poor side, basically. So, America is basically a business, a corporation, and middle class and like the people that are not billionaires and millionaires and super rich are the people that make really America run. So my thing is, I don't when you say power, that means like we're talking about like the actual power we have over certain people and over certain countries, and they'll come to us first no matter what. But that is changing and changing now. We're not really the big power anymore. You would say think not think, but you China will be the power and India will be the power at this point because they're able to do a lot of business and deals with a lot of just other countries, especially in just like making, just goods, services that come out, and you can tell, like, even on your Nike hoodie, like on this Nike hoodie, it's probably made in some Asian country. You know what I mean? Like, we're not really creating or having anything in America. So it's it's becoming to the point like, all right, we're becoming powerless, right? Our dollar is the world currency. And when that goes down, everybody else economy goes down. Well, it says it, goes down. But if you look at our dollar, and this is another thing that's tied to like the power of America, the actual dollar itself. So that was the power we had because we can control sources of income, right? Like how they would do in certain countries. You don't abide by this, we'll cut you off and we won't fund you money. That's the power, right? So if a lot of people not doing business or having or doing any exchanges or even using the US dollar, it's no point of really doing business with them or talking to them. You know what I mean? Because you don't hold any value anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to get bold to the point where countries and other allies are just going to really just tell you how they really feel about the situation. So that's why I talk about will America lose its power. So I have two sides to this um conversation today, right? I think you can be on two different like sides where you can think positive and something positive is going to happen, or you can think negative, which our news pushes on us and bad things happen, right? So the negative thing can be, oh, we're going to lose our power with the dollar, and we're not going to be the world currency anymore. We're going to be lower on the list. We're going to be a lower tier country. Da da da. Economy's gonna go downhill. It's gonna get bad. We're gonna get picked on. Gonna get bullied. They might raise taxes. Da da da. This and that. Right? Like, the financial system is changing. It's gonna get harder. Da da da. AI, technology. Transformations. All this stuff. Right? A lot of people don't want to hear about it or talk about it. Cryptocurrencies. Like, they dreading these things, and they can persuade either way. It can be bad or good because it's another way to look at this. Right? Just because the dollar is dropping doesn't mean, or if other countries have higher currencies doesn't mean your economy is bad, right? Like your currency cannot be as high as others, right? Like your actual money that you use may not be valuable, but that doesn't mean your economy is not booming, right? So it's another part of this port where I feel like the American economy is going to start booming just because the dollar is going down. But if you look at stocks or the cryptocurrency, all that's kind of going up on the year as of right now. Like it's all going up. You know what I'm saying? Big jumps, big moves, and it's happening. So is the dollar going like down on its like actual value? Is that good for us or bad for us? Because to me, I feel like other markets are having a great time as this dollar is deflating and going down. So I don't think our economy is going to be bad, but our currency will be, you know what I'm saying, not as valued as it used to be, right? So you don't have that buying power anymore like that just because it's lower. So you got to spend more. But I feel like our economy is going to be booming. There's going to be more liquidity in like our system, like money flowing. So it's going to become to a point where I feel like it's going to create better and more millionaires out there. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not a millionaire potential or whatever, thousandaires, you know what I'm saying? Like it's going to create some type of more income coming through. It's going to open up a different gate. You know what I'm saying? So it's not going to be like super controlled. You feel me? It's going to be tracked, but not controlled. You know what I mean? But that's my take on like, will we lose our power? Like, what will America power actually stand for? Or be? So that's what I feel. But to start this off, man, we're talking about old systems. It won't work anymore, right? So we're getting to this era in just the American industry to the point where some of these systems are not going to work anymore. Like you're not going to be able to have these people doing all this warehouse and labor if they're not getting paid enough for it. I know, like, people need jobs, but it's to a point where people are knowing their worth and can just do Uber and make more money than they would at a warehouse. You know what I'm saying? When they actually do the math. So it's becoming to a point where these old systems are not going to work and they're going to have to adapt and put, AI or robotics, wherever they're going to do in those actual systems in order to create, like better economy for America with these old systems because time is catching up with them. Like another old system, like not even just working 9 to 5, but I mean, you kind of see that with the old system anyway. When we went through the pandemic, there was no, 9 to 5, people remotely working from home. So that system of, oh, you got to come to work, you got to go, that system was old. So now we are adopting, working at home. So it's systems like that that go away real quick just because of, a pandemic or something dramatic happens. So this financial shift, you never know what new systems will be created or what will be the new standard. You know what I'm saying? So it's other things too, like the education system, right? Everyone knows that system is so backwards, right? It teaches you to be like independent and it teaches you really no actual skills. Because when majority of us that go through high school, we go through high school like a breeze. Like we really don't even learn anything at this point. It's kind of like a big, um, like a nursery for children. You know what I'm saying? Now there are specific high schools out there that have a great education system, but that's the small percent. The big percent of these high schools, you're not getting a great education at. You're kind of just getting floating through and getting the diploma, right? A lot of C's and things of that nature that you're doing in order to get, passing the class or whatever. So that's what I'm saying, like the majority, right? So the education system is old just because now we're going into that era where everything is more going to be based around technology and using technology in our ways of living to make our lives better, right? So things like just like computers or like chat gpt, going in there and putting your assignment in, or even websites like essay, what was that one site called? Hold on, let me try to find it. Hold on, bear with me. It's called Top Essay, right? That's a website where you can go in and literally type in like what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, here goes my syllabus. This is what my teacher has for me to do. let me do it. You know what I'm saying? So these are actual like situations how that will go, right? So people are creating these systems, creating AI, having all this technology. We're not going to need these old ways of doing things and these old ways of how anything works. And just like any old system, like I said, the education system, right? It teaches us to be just on our own too, as well. Like there's not many times where the teacher tells you to work together, get in groups, figure this out. You know what I'm saying? Like I never had a test where we tested, like we got tested as a group. You know what I'm saying? Because in life, you can work with people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's plenty of things you can do. Like, say if you don't have good credit, but you're bringing in cash, your homeboy might have good credit, and you can use his credit and you pay it off with the cash you're bringing in. You get what I'm saying? You just have to, get that situated with your homeboy. But people can help you get finance, get money, get more things. You know what I'm saying? Like you can use help in the world, but in the school system, there is no help. You know what I'm saying? It's you by yourself. You got to take the test. You got to pass this. You got to pass that. And they're not pushing togetherness, working together, helping each other. You know what I'm saying? That's not being pushed. So when we get into this real world, we always think like by ourselves, by ourselves, by ourselves. I got to do it. Your mom and dad say, getting out of my house at 18, get your own place. You're grown. You know what I'm saying? It's never us, what do we want as a family? What are our goals as a unit? You know what I'm saying? What are we going to build together of businesses, love, creation? Like no matter what you do, like if you do it together, you'll do it a lot faster and it's a lot stronger because you have a lot more minds working together. So it's like these old systems, they're not working in today's era because technology is speeding everything up to the point where it's showing that these old systems are old. Working by yourself and doing everything on your own is not the way no more. You need to hire, you need to be around more people, you need to be around more like people to reach certain goals that you want. You know what I'm saying? In order to reach them a lot faster and quicker, when you build that team or you hire or you bring in these people, it happens a lot quicker. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got more hands, you got more heads, you got more actual labor work that can help and get things done to the point where someone's always working and creating and making it a lot better. You know what I mean? So that's another system that's old. And then coming up on the banking system, as you see, like I told you before in other lives, we are, it's a banking era, man, where the banks, you know how they work. They take our money, they invest it, they use it, they don't really care, you know what I'm saying, about like us at all. It's all really, a bank is basically a scam because instead of just holding it and you be able to get that same money out. Sometimes they don't even have all your money there, depending on how much you have, right? And you can't get it out. And it's just like, why not? You know what I'm saying? But this number digitally that I see says I have this much, but I don't have this much physically. So that's the era we're in with these banks. They don't have millions of dollars sitting in the bank no more. You know what I'm saying? It's you got to come tomorrow and get that amount. We ran out. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have this huge amount, and it's where is my amount? So the banks are having a huge system situation that's old, and money moves all day long, all the time, in all ways. So it's pointless, you know what I'm saying, to really have this old system where you can't get anything going. You know what I'm saying? It's frustrating, it's bad, it's not good. Just these are things that happen while we are on this earth. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a financial shift, right? And I found this on Twitter about Fed now and what they're doing and basically what they're pushing, right? So Fed now is basically saying they're replacing cash, but basically not, but they're not a digital currency, right? People want to know, are you placing cash, digital currency, like what are you here to do, right? And Fed now is basically saying it's not related to a digital currency. Fed now is a payment service the Federal Reserve is making available for banks and credit unions to transfer funds. So these banks can send money all day long. That's basically what the feds are doing now. Instead of the bank is open from 9 to 5, whoever's inside the bank, they work there, they send the money, they do this, they apply, and then they go home, right? So that's why I'm telling you, systems are changing. So now we don't even need people to be working in the bank, because who's working 24 hours sending out money all the time? Like, so you telling me the bank is about to hire 10 different people and they go do what, 4 shifts each? You do 12 to 4, you do 4 to 8, you know what I'm saying? Or like, well, I'm gonna get 2 people to do 2 different 12 shifts, or 4 and do 8. So it's just trying to figure out these systems, right? And seeing that they're bad, they're not good. So they're pushing a lot of transaction, a lot of withdrawals, a lot of deposits, a lot of withdrawals, a lot of deposits. But you saw in the month of March, we had our biggest withdrawal ever. And it was $389 billion withdrawn in March. So people are taking their money out of the bank clearly as they can, and they're putting it in what places, right? And if you just type in on Google or Chat GPT, or use the technology that you have at your hand, your phone, type in what are the main currencies, crypto, stocks, what are the main ones going up, right? What are these main ones that are going up? I thought this was off. What are the main ones that are going up and are going, like, are gaining value, or just gaining that interest, and are just going out the rim, right? Look up these type things, study them, see what's going up, see what's going on, right? And this will show you that people are taking their money out of the banks and putting it in these places, right? Because it's safer here than it is in a bank. And then another problem about the bank was inflation, right? Inflation is when these prices just go crazy because it's so high. So it's so much interest on everything. So you'll see it fluctuating the gas. Like inflation goes up, gas goes up, because the price of it, the interest of this oil, it all goes up, right? So inflation also harms the money sitting in the bank. So that $100 that was in there yesterday is not 100 anymore, because inflation brought the dollar down to 98 cents. So now you don't even have $100 no more. You have 99. You have $99.98, right? You lost 2 cents. So that's what they're saying, is like, it's hurting my money, and the more you have, the more it trickulates. So if you have 100,000, that's like times 5. So you losing a lot more than you would with $100. The less you have in the bank, the less you lose. You know what I mean? The more you have, the more you lose. So the people that have a lot, which are the rich, the billionaires, the ones that really run America and all these systems, they're taking their money out and they're putting it in different places. That's majority of the economy in this money. You know what I'm saying? Or even these assets, whatever they have, they're not putting it in the bank. So that system is, I wouldn't say going to crumble and fall down, right? But it's changing, right? And that they know that system needs to be changed. So that's why the Fed now is stepping in and doing 24-hour transactions. Now, to me, what I think, I ain't saying listen to me. I'm not saying, I'm saying go by the information I'm telling you. But to me, I think when you speed up 24-hour transactions, right? Because they gonna tell you everything great, but they're not gonna tell you, what I'm saying? They're not gonna give you both sides of the story. And it's always two sides to a story, right? It's never just one-sided. Like, it's always something evil, you know what I'm saying, around something good. And they're not gonna tell you what's evil, right? So what's evil is withdrawals, right? How you gonna regulate withdrawals if I can withdraw my money anytime I want, right? And if I can do that, you don't have it anymore. So the money that's sitting that you trying to take and go invest with, if I withdraw that right now, you don't have that. So you can't even take that to invest. So how is the bank the bank? And how are you still in business if you're not making money? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's gonna harm the banks, because it's gonna be so many withdrawals so randomly at any time and anywhere, that everybody can withdraw at 12 p.m. on a Monday. You know what I'm saying? Like 12 at night on a Monday, and just kill any bank. Like, we all can just kill banks if we agreed upon it. You know what I mean? All withdraw our money out. So it's becoming, we have the power. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like is happening. But we'll see, because again, they're gonna be able to track all these digital things anyway. But also, the Fed also emphasizes, right, this service is neither a form of currency or a step forward eliminate any form of payment, right? They're not trying to come in and just wipe everything out, right? Because they know us as people, it takes a lot of us time to get used to these new systems and situations, because you got a lot of older people in America, a lot of uneducated people in America that they wouldn't know what to do if they just came in with something just brand new. and just wiped everything out. So they're trying to come in and ease it in, right? And this is what they're saying to you, right? But again, it's Federal Reserve. They throw interest rates, they drop them. They print money, they don't. They do what they want to. So it's up to you to listen to them or go with this information that they're telling you. Me, I just read it and take it in and see like, all right, what type of system are they say they're doing? But you also got to actually see like what do they really plan on doing, right? So they're not that this is what they're saying. They're not trying to take over this. All right. And then it goes on to say FedNow service is a instant payment service provided by the Federal Reserve launching in July, right? 2023. I told y'all this, right? All right. FedNow will be available to disciplinary institutions such as banks and credit unions in the United States and will enable individuals and businesses to send instant payments through their institutional accounts, right? So just like how they explain it, it's going to be able to businesses first, well, banks first, credit unions. So basically, banks, they're going to be the first ones to kind of and get it and use it. And then they're going to bring it down to the businesses once they got the banks able to send money back and forth and how they, how they're going to operate and do things, right? And then the businesses will get this system next where we can, get this money from the institutions real fast, real quick without all this paperwork and wait this many days and we got to approve it. Like it'll come quick. And like they said in FedNow, I think it's like 45 cents for 100,000 to be sent, right? And that comes, I don't know how long, but it's supposed to be instant. So seconds, I don't know if it's minutes, whatever it is, it's going to be a faster way than you could ever get money to someone, right? Because the only fastest way is for you to get 100,000 somebody, you'll have to get it in cash, put it on a private jet, fly to them, and however long that flight takes, that's how long it's going to take you to get the money. So hopefully their system can be a lot faster than that process. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing they said, right? And here goes, they say instant payments allow individuals and businesses to send and receive payments within seconds. So this is going to be within seconds. So I can send you 100,000 like that, right? You telling me if I can send 100,000 like that, if I can, and it's a saying like it's, when they talk about like drug dealers and strippers, like the faster you make, the more you spend, just because you don't have a concept of like actually appreciating it because it comes so quickly. This is what I'm talking about, liquidity to the point where it's going to be money moving like that to the point where it's going to be so much that they can't even control it because it's all just moving, right? Like when you can control when money moves, you can control a lot of things, right? Because we know from 9 to 5, the banks are open. So this is our controlling time. Once we shut that off, we, make sure we spend it this way, that way. You know what I'm saying? For the next day. But if it's moving all the time in all ways, you cannot control where it goes, how it's spent, and who gets it, right? Because it's just moving. So you just got to track on what's it getting spent on. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be instant. It says, payments within seconds at any time of the day, on any day of the year. They really emphasizing like they're gonna be able to send it any day, anytime, always, so that the receiver of the payment can use the funds almost instantly. They trying to get that check to you regardless. So that's another thing I'm saying too, right? So if this FedNow system is this good to send out money, now instead of paying me bi-weekly, why can't I get paid every day? Right? Don't pay me every 2 weeks. Pay me every day. You got the FedNow system. It should be able to send me money right now. As soon as I get off of work, I should get an instant payment. As soon as the next day I get off work, instant payment. Next day. So it's no longer waiting bi-weekly on this money to pay this bill. Like, no, I need this John now. I need to make money work now. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like this also is going to free up that wait period for a lot of people to get paid to the point where instead of you dividing, doing your calculations, he told me 5,000 a month, time divided by 2, you're going to be like 5,000 divided by 30 days in February or 28 days in February. Cause you got to remember the less days, the more you get paid. You know what I mean? Cause it's less days. So now it has to be more in that month. So that's what I'm saying too, as well. Like it's going to help out to the point where now you're getting more in shorter months, but kind of less and longer because it's spread. So it's like, you'll know what to do. Like, oh, I'm getting extra in February, so I can put this extra towards, because you already know every February is higher than always. And then so that's definitely gonna be hard. You know what I mean? So Fed now, they trying to, you know what I'm saying? They trying to come with some comp, man. They coming out here letting folks know like they ain't trying to play around. And then their ultimate goal is not to like be a currency in control. They just want to do everyone's transactions. They want to be able to do the transactions so fast that everyone goes through them. 80% of the world. That's what they want. When you got 80% of the world's transactions coming through you, you basically own the world. So that's why I say, is America really, will it lose its power, or is this Fed now system another way to gain power, but digitally power? You know what I'm saying? So it's two sides of the story you got to see, right? And I don't know how this Fed now system is going to work, but I can't wait for it to come out in July, because it just speeds up integrating with digital currency in digital ways, and more we're going towards more of that digital world. And like I said, if you're great around technology and you love technology and you're into it, it's easy for you to, hop on, get things done. It doesn't take a long time. That's a skill that's going to be highly valuable in world now, not even in the future now. You know what I mean? Like the future is now. So now, because it's coming out July. You know what I'm saying? So the future is now. It's not next year. No, no, no. We living in it now. Like it's going down. So they also said they testifying before the House Financial Service Community in March. Powell said a central bank digital currency is something we would certainly need Congress approve for. And now it talks about learn more about Fed now and about the Fed's work to relate to CBDC, central bank digital currencies. So that's what the Fed now kind of put out in this tweet. They're on Twitter. You can type in Federal Reserve. They have like 1.1 million followers. So don't follow any fake accounts unless you see that 1.1 M up under there. And yeah, that's what they put out, man. So you can use these social media apps to also educate yourself too. You don't have to just be on here getting distracted looking at videos all day long. You can actually search for certain things to educate you, or find certain situation that'll help, right? So that's the new system. That's all these systems going to change. They have to change in order for us to still have this great economy. I feel like, because you have to adapt to what's happening now. All that old stuff, I understand is old, but we got to figure out a system where the old people can apply it and know what's going on, but they don't really have to interact with it. If they have a younger generation around them. Because I know my mom and dad. I know my dad. He's more like he'll do it. He'll get into it. He's cool with it. You know what I'm saying? He'll have a problem. My mom, she ain't trying to. You know what I mean? She don't even know where her phone be at. You know what I'm saying? So it's situations like that. Like, if you don't know where your phone is, you tripping. Everybody in my generation got, first thing you grab, phone, keys, wallet when you slide. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're a girl, phone, keys, purse. You know what I mean? Like, that's the main things you grabbing. But yeah. So to talk about another thing I was had on my mind, like will America lose its power? Is like America's so backwards, right? And I don't know if you saw that tweet with Donald Trump, but basically Donald Trump was talking about how other countries can make so much money in America with their imports and goods, to the point where when we want to put our products in another country or whatever, it's higher price for us, right? To get these jobs and things done, is getting to that point. So I always saw America's backwards, because I was like, bro, why is the value of this Lamborghini, this Ferrari, these McLarens, the Bentleys, the BMWs, the Benzes, why is this value of these vehicles so high in America when they're not from here, right? Because that's like me coming to your business. Oh my gosh, bro, these folks are tripping. All right, so that's like me coming to your business, right? This junk is really messing up my what's the name right now? Can I mute this junk? But yeah, that's like me coming to your business and say you sell seafood, and I come to your business, you selling seafood, your seafood, you're selling it, say you're doing like $25 for some crab, some potatoes, some corn, some shrimp in there too, some sausage. And then I come in your restaurant and start selling seafood too. But I'm selling it for 50. You're gonna look at me and be like, bro, what you got going on? You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm able to serve your clientele and I'm doing 50 and you doing 25. Either you gonna raise your price to compute me, or you gonna be like, nah, bro, you gotta go. You tripping. Right? So that's what every other country is doing to us, and we don't even realize it. You got all these Mercedes Benz, BMWs, Lamborghinis, Ferrari, all these high value cars, but your Camaros, your trucks, your Mustangs, these Dodge vehicles, these Jeep vehicles, these Ram vehicles, why they don't have a higher price? You know what I'm saying? It's made here. Our price should be higher than the foreign people that are bringing our stuff here. You know what I mean? So I never understood America, and I never understood it just because it was a business. You know what I'm saying? They're not here to uh, keep the dominance and help us. They're here to do business with the whole world and make money, right? They're not here to care about us, really. You know what I'm saying? Because I never understood that. I was like, well, why is Gucci so high? Because it's from Europe. Like, what does that have to do with anything? You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't understand it. And it's not the fabric and this and that. It's just like we shouldn't allow it to be that high. We should tax it to the point where the Gucci shirt is $100. Like, bump them. Nigga, we're the power. We're strong. Your value here is not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I felt like if you really gonna be the power, you got to be the power like that. So that's why I feel like we're kind of losing power because it's been backwards. It's been kind of made to fail because I never understood that. You put prices on things that are extra high and they're coming from a whole nother country. It's like, wow. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's why I felt like America's backwards. And also, my next situation, what I'll be talking about is basically like, my bad, I was over here looking at just like this news and stuff. But so the next situation I would say is like, it's just like everybody's going against America too. You know what I mean? Like they're attacking America. They're coming after them. They're literally like not being allies on their help anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, is America losing its power because people are not even being allies or working with us or trying to help? You know what I mean? It's been meetings without America there with other countries going crazy. So that's why I feel like will be the actual, like, where is our power? You know what I'm saying? Do we have it or do we not? Or will this Fed now, this digital system help us, I wouldn't say be more powerful, but have our economy be booming to the point where we're all creating, I wouldn't say wealth, but we're all above our living means. You know what I'm saying? But again, with a rich system or a new system, you're going to have new poor people. But that's why I say we have to help. Because if you become rich or you become wealthy, you have to, give back and help in order to have the whole nation and all of us together. If we work together, right, all on the same tier and level, like what's more powerful than that? You know what I mean? So that's why I say, like, invest into groups and the people around you to become strong. You know what I'm saying? And it's always going to be a naysayer or somebody that leaves or doesn't want to, do business or whatever. But it's all good. Like the people that really want to lock in and get strong and become greater, you're gonna see it. They're gonna come up with you. But yeah, that's all I had to say in the live today. Just talking about the power, man, and do we still have it? So that's why I wanted to ask, get your thoughts on, if you wanna chat, talk, anything in the chat, man. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Let me know how you feel about, any situation. So comment, talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why I do it for. I do it for you guys. So we can have these communications, we can talk. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way we're gonna get over all this stuff, is coming together and helping each other. So whatever information y'all need, I'm gonna try to provide and just educate on, just different situations going on. So thank you all out there for watching, tuning in. I appreciate you all. You're a blessing to my life and helping me grow. Thank you so much. Peace out. Stream. Catch y'all another time with another topic.